Riddle me this, Batman. If chivalry is specifically to identify the qualifications of a knight and how a person or a man is supposed to conduct himself in a knightly conduct, and this is coming from other sets of people, then we are given an ideology or a perception or a conception of other sets of people in which how we are supposed to coordinate ourselves. Can us as Afrocentric people, us as African descent people, can we coordinate ourselves one to another, man to woman, brother to sister? Can we coordinate ourselves under the analysis and the principles of another set of people? How to be a gentleman, how to be a man. We can't coordinate ourselves under laws and principles and concepts and ideologies that were never made for us to begin with. Do you see what I'm saying? The very conception of opening the door comes from another set of people, because the knight would open the tavern door for his date or for the maiden. Even the conception on whether or not you think a man is good because he didn't open the door for you, he didn't pull out the seat in front of the table in front of you. But these ideologies and these conceptions weren't given to us by us. These conceptions were given to us by another set of people. The people who conditioned us and brainwashed us into thinking that a good man does this, that, and the third. How can we as a set of people argue about chivalry being alive or dead when chivalry wasn't created by us or for us? Do you see what I'm saying? These ideologies of a man being a gentleman, being chivalrous, when you look at the origin and where it dates back to, this has nothing to do with us as black people. In order for us to actually gain something from this, this will have to be something that came from us. I made a tweet earlier today, and it says chivalry is not alive or dead for us as black people because the conversation and ideology of it in itself is westernized. Every culture teaches a man how to treat their women, and the same and vice versa. If a set of people have no culture, well then, you know the rest. Every set of people, and for people who practice chivalry and they're in a good relationship, well, I practice chivalry and I'm married to. Listen. Do you? All right. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. All right. You can respectfully disagree with me. All I'm saying is, for me personally, I don't contribute or subscribe to chivalry, because I don't subscribe to ideologies or philosophies or conceptions on how I should treat my own women by other sets of people. Every set of people have a culture that was created for them and by them. And culture tells you how to contribute yourself to not only your people, but how you should respect and love your own women. How is it that black people don't have a culture in this society, and yet we are arguing on conceptions that were created by other sets of people for their culture, for their society, for their people? If a set of people are looking to other people on how they should coordinate and condition and cooperate themselves, then we are in deep trouble. We can't, as black people, claim that we're independent and we're better than you and we could do this, that, and the third, and you can't live without us, and we the trendsetters and we built everything, and yet you are still begging, pleading to massa for votes.
I just wanna live. Black Lives Matter. Hands up, don't shoot. I can't breathe.
You over here just singing, tap dancing, marching.
We shall overcome.
In conclusion, I don't subscribe to chivalry because chivalry is an ideology that was created by another set of people for another set of purposes. For black women to say that a man isn't a good man because of this, that, and the third, when these particular ideologies of things such as opening the door and all this other type of stuff dates back to something. And mind you, right? If we're going to the store or if we're going to a restaurant or a particular place and there's a door, the instinct of people is to open the door for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. Now, I literally had a conversation with somebody And she tried to turn this into a debate. Like, you wouldn't open the door, you wouldn't open the car door for me. Like, I do not understand. Why are you so pressed about me not wanting to open a car door for you? And I literally explained to her what I explained to you. I literally explained to her that even the concept of opening a door, much less just opening the door in general, and you having an issue with me not opening the door for you, there's an issue with that because that conception didn't come from you. I mean, you have some black people out here who continuously try to fit into a society where they were never made to fit in the first place. It's like trying to put a circle into a square, and it doesn't matter how hard you try to jam the circle into the square, it's never going to fit because the circle was never made to fit in the square. The same way for black people trying to think that they can coordinate themselves in this society and not run into any problems or troubles. Why do we keep going through this as people? You want to literally assimilate yourself into spaces that were never made for you. And then when your children are in trouble, oh my. I hate this. I really do. I hate this.